Out here in the wild, the quiet can turn on you in an instant. One moment, it's just the wind in the trees and the crackle of a campfire. The next, something moves in the shadows, or a sound you can't explain cuts through the night. These aren't just campfire stories. They're real encounters, caught on camera, that will make you think twice before pitching your tent alone. Here are 6 of the most disturbing camping experiences ever recorded. Encounter 1, Dartmoor Quarry Wild Swim, Eleanor Grace Adventures. Uploaded May 21st, 2025. Eleanor Grace, a solo travel creator, had planned what she thought would be a peaceful wild swim and camping scouting trip on Dartmoor.
Good evening, everyone. You're joining me on the way. Well, we already are on Dartmoor, but we're heading somewhere that I've never been to before, but I really wanted to check out this evening. I was really looking forward to a sunny evening with a potential sunset, and it's just gone incredibly grey.
Using all trails, she found an abandoned mining quarry she wanted to explore. The day was still and grey, with sheep grazing nearby, rough rocky terrain, and marshy paths leading to the water. She even joked that the place felt like Tomb Raider as she spotted tadpoles and tiny lizard-like creatures in the shallows.
This place is very Tomb Raider. I think that's why I like it. Yeah, I know you do too.
No leeches in sight, which was a relief. Overhead, military planes and helicopters passed by, common over Dartmoor, and something she'd checked the training schedule for. Once in the water, the trip took a strange turn. From the upper ridgeline came a distant, rhythmic, mechanical sound. It was hard to pin down, part pumping, part heavy panting, part machine-like. It wasn't constant, but it repeated often enough to unsettle her. At first, she laughed it off, thinking maybe it was a wild camper doing something odd. But as the noise persisted and grew louder, her unease grew too. When evening fell, the path back suddenly felt dangerous. The marshes were like hidden traps, boggy mud swallowing her legs up to the thighs, thick reeds hiding where the stream ran.
Oh my God, oh God.
She got turned around for a moment, the weight of the unknown sound in her mind. Eventually, she found her way back to the car and didn't relax until she was filming safely from her dad's driveway.
Oh, where's the bloody car?
The next morning, she described the quarry as oppressive, like being watched by unseen eyes.
I want to talk about last night. Oh, here we go. I'm probably going to get people like, you're clickbaiting. I love it how people immediately think you're clickbaiting.
It reminded her of Kennel Vale, another site linked to mining history and death, which had given her the same heavy feeling. Her final advice was simple. Trust your gut when you're outdoors. It might just keep you safe. Encounter 2, Kayak and the Bridge Scream, psychosocial, laid-back fishing .irl streamer, trip near New Braunfels, Texas. On a calm day near New Braunfels, Texas, a laid-back fishing and IRL streamer known as Psychosocial was out kayaking along a quiet stretch of river. He was recording the trip, enjoying the peaceful mix of water sounds, bird calls, and the gentle rhythm of paddling. Everything felt normal until the wildlife's behavior changed. The birds suddenly reacted, their calls sharp and alarmed, as if something had startled them. Then it came, a loud, frantic scream from directly under a nearby bridge. It was raw, panicked, and completely out of place in the natural soundscape. The sound cut through the air, chilling and urgent. Concerned, the creator called out, asking if someone needed help.
Hey, do y'all hear that screaming? Is that something I should be worried about?
There were a few people under the bridge who seemed to hear it too, but none of them moved to investigate. Feeling the situation was serious, he decided to call emergency services.
If I should call you think I should call the police?
That sounded like somebody was yelling.
Yeah, I'll probably call him and just tell him someone's screaming under the bridge. I mean,
I don't know where they're going to enter, if it's going to be on the south side of the bridge.
It's on the south side?
I mean, to get to it, to be easy for them to get there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to call. I'm not going up there. But if someone needs help,
But as soon as he spoke out again toward the sound, the screaming stopped instantly, like someone had flipped a switch.
Are you okay?
The timing felt deliberate, which only made it more unsettling. Determined to check, he pulled his kayak ashore and climbed up the embankment toward the bridge. There, he found signs that someone had been living in the area. Scattered belongings, makeshift bedding, and a rough shelter. But there was no one in sight. No blood, no signs of a fight, and no obvious source for the terrifying screams. He gave the details to the police, hoping for answers. But as far as he knows, there's been no official update and no missing persons tied to the scene. The lack of closure, paired with the eerie way the screaming stopped, left him, and everyone who's seen the footage, with an uneasy feeling that lingers. Encounter 3, New Homestead, Kid's Backpack, Shoe, and Bones. Wiggins Wild World, Coin and Victoria, 20-acre parcel, Arizona desert. Uploaded January 11th, 2025. Coin and Victoria, the couple behind Wiggins Wild World, had just bought a 20-acre plot in the Arizona desert and were excited to start their off-grid homesteading journey. On their first outing, they set out to walk the boundaries of their initial 5-acre section. The land was the rugged Sonoran desert, dotted with cacti and dry washes, and lay not far from known migrant routes near the border. Early in their walk, they stumbled on something a little odd. 2 Mexican peso coins, one from 1992 and the other from 1998.
We found, first we found a couple pesos and we were like, that's cute, washed away from Mexico.
Like, I was just walking, I kept finding stones, and then all of a sudden I looked down and I thought it was an Apple AirTag, and it was
2 pesos.
2 pesos from 98 and 92.
They found them in the wash and figured they might have just been carried there by rain or runoff. It was strange, but nothing alarming. Not long after, the tone of their day changed. In the same wash, they spotted a small, kid-sized backpack. Nearby lay a little child's shoe, dusty and weathered.
Yeah, and we happened
This
to
is
come
the third day of
across
looking at it.
some weird stuff. Like, we found a little kid's shoe.
Well, first we found some pesos, or Coin found some
Yeah,
pesos.
I was walking and found 2 pesos, just randomly out in the middle. We're in the Sonoran desert, 20 acres, never lived on, out in the middle of nowhere.
That discovery alone was unsettling, but as they explored further, they noticed something under a tree, a bone. It was long, smooth, and slightly curved, small enough that it might belong to a child. Looking closer, they found more bones scattered in the area. One had a clean, straight edge, as if it had been cut by a blade. Coin and Victoria tried to keep their mood light, joking nervously, but the implications were hard to ignore. With the migrant routes so close, their minds went to dark possibilities. Maybe belongings washed down by storms, maybe the remains of a tragic journey, or something even worse. They called the local sheriff's non-emergency line, and a deputy agreed to come out to investigate. On camera, they voiced their hope that the bones were from a deer or another animal. Still, the combination of a child's items and possibly human bones left the scene feeling heavy, grim, and unresolved. Encounter 4, Lakeside tent fire, Ramble Soul, Turkish couple, Lakeside camping. Ramble Soul, a Turkish couple known for their peaceful camping videos, set out for a calm getaway at a remote lakeside. Their plan was simple: do some fishing, cook a nice meal, and try out their brand new inflatable tent for the first time. The spot was quiet and scenic, with still water and open skies. At first, the weather was perfect, but as evening came, the wind began to pick up. The gusts grew stronger, so they secured their gear and prepared to settle inside the tent for the night. By morning, the wind had eased, but something far more dangerous was about to happen. Their inverter and power supply connected to the tent's setup began to overheat or malfunction. On camera, they spoke with concern, warning each other about the risk. "There's nothing to explode. Don't get too close. The tubes can explode." Then, without any warning, the fabric near the baggage area of the tent caught fire.
오!
Oscar? Ya! Saçmalama! Dur!
Şunu al. Var içeride. Sarhoş yangın. Arabanın anahtarı.
In seconds, the inflatable structure began to collapse inward under its own pressure. Panic broke out. They grabbed water, a fire extinguisher, and even sand, desperately trying to stop the flames and prevent any sort of explosion. Thankfully, no one was inside when the fire started, but the tent was gone within moments. It had been their first time using that model, and now it was completely destroyed. In the aftermath, the couple sat together, visibly shaken. She cried while he tried to comfort her, both realizing just how close they had come to disaster. They ended the video grateful to be alive and unharmed, even though the loss of the tent was frustrating. The message was clear: gear can be replaced, but people can't. For them, this would be the first and last inflatable tent they ever owned. Encounter 5, Haunted Apartment Investigation. Mirazov, Paranormal Explorer. Uploaded April 22, 2025. Mirazov, a well-known paranormal investigator, decided to take on a case involving an apartment with a dark reputation. Residents had reported shadowy figures, objects moving on their own, strange voices, and sudden temperature drops. He arrived late at night, bringing along several cameras, an EMF detector, a thermal imager, and a walkie-talkie system linked to an Ouija-style device for communication. From the start, things were off. In the kitchen and hallway, the thermal imager showed wild temperature swings, from around 22 degrees Celsius to as low as 2 degrees Celsius within minutes. As he moved through the apartment, his audio picked up tapping sounds, floor creaks, and faint whispers that almost seemed to follow him. At one point, his camera caught the shadow of something passing in the hallway's reflection. Wanting to provoke more activity, he placed the doll as a trigger object near one of his motion sensors. Not long after, the front door creaked open on its own, then slammed shut. The noise was sharp and sudden. Moments later, the kitchen erupted with the sound of shattering plates, even though he hadn't touched anything. Things escalated fast. The lights went out, leaving him in the darkness. The walkie-talkie hissed with static, then bursts of screaming came through. Every sound and movement seemed to respond directly to his actions, as if whatever was there was aware of him. Despite the freezing air, Mirazov was sweating, visibly unsettled. After about an hour of constant, intelligent activity, he decided to leave. He quickly packed his gear, exited the apartment, and announced he would not be coming back. The investigation ended without answers, but his conclusion was clear. Something in that apartment was not only real, but intelligent, and it did not want him there. Encounter 6, Daggerwood/Cryptid Attack, Paranormal Discovery, Lomermens in Chelsea, Daggerwoods, Nova Scotia. Uploaded May 19th, 2025. The Daggerwoods in Nova Scotia have a chilling legend dating back to the 1700s. According to local lore, a man murdered his wife with a pearl-handled dagger and then vanished into the forest. Some believe his spirit fused with something ancient and dangerous, creating a cryptid or spirit known as the Wendigo, or simply the Howler.
I can't shake this gut feeling, like something is just wrong.
Lomermens had been there before and claimed he was physically and emotionally attacked. This time, he returned with a group called the Outcasts from Quebec and his partner Chelsea, a practicing medium. From the moment they entered, the forest felt wrong, silent, drained of life, heavy with dread. The group split up to scout the area, using thermal imaging and full-spectrum night vision to watch for movement. It didn't take long for strange things to happen. Distorted whispers floated through the air. Lomar suddenly felt a cold, deliberate touch on his back. He spun around but saw no one.
Whoa, somebody just touched my back! Holy shit, somebody just touched my back! Whoa, did that just say I know you?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Oh shit. Why do I feel like it's that humanoid that's causing this right now?
Soon after, one of the team members thought they saw a tall, pale, humanoid figure slip between the trees. Something eerily similar to a photo Lomar had taken during his last visit. Then came the howls. They were guttural, layered, like multiple voices speaking at once. At first distant, the sounds began to circle the group, drawing closer with each call. Members of the team felt nauseous and unsettled. Chelsea warned that the woods felt completely wrong, like all life had been drained out, and that whatever was there didn't want them around. The tension reached a breaking point. The team decided to pack up and leave before things escalated further. As they left, Lomar warned the camera, "It's still here," making it clear the entity was real, and it didn't want them to ever come back. That's all for today's journey into the eerie and unexplained. Which moment sent the biggest chill down your spine? Share your thoughts in the comments, and remember to like and subscribe to The Suspense Room for more stories that will keep you looking over your shoulder.